starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Kryptonite Show. Your host, Superman, in the house, and what a big announcement from Richard Hart. We're going to check it out today on the live stream. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'm a little bit later today because I've got different things happening at the moment, so my schedule's always sometimes different. Hopefully the audio is working. Let me know in the chat there if the audio is working. But in any case, don't forget to share the show around on X. That is the link right there. Just hit the repost, and that'd be really, really great. We know that Fast Doll's in the house. Big shout out to Fast Abdul. I think people are really appreciating Fast Abdul. He's obviously on a lot of streams these days, has been for a long time, and also launching a lot of really cool quality protocols. And of course, the latest one there, Vault 369. So people are getting excited about that. So I think that's really, really cool, pushing the boundaries of liquidity forks. So multi-chain, multi-collateral, pretty exciting stuff. So big shout out there, Fast Abdul. I thought I'd give you a shout out there. What else? Their sound is good. Woohoo! Let's go. We got Brendan in the house as well. Woohoo! Yeah, get excited. Big announcement from Richard Hart today. We're going to talk about MrProve and PrivateProver Tech. MrProve. So we're going to talk about that. I know there's a lot of X Spaces, a lot of YouTube coverage. No surprises there. This is a big day. What's that? For today, says Faster Bill. For today. We got Hello, future multi-millionaires. That's from Artie there. Oh, I like that. That's a really good excitement there. So we'll give it that clap. I like that. All right, so we're going to get into the show, have a good time. And, there's quite a few things on at the moment. So, it's a busy place out there, busy place. We're going to get into quickly go through the markets. We're going to run through that. And then we're going to get to the main event, which is Richard Hart, MrProve. So let's see where the markets are leading into the context. And, Richard Hart knows the market cycles pretty well. And the timing of this launch is pretty interesting. Now, we're going to talk about the pros and cons, but there is pretty exciting aspects of this technology. So that's probably the main takeaway there. And I've got on the title of the video there, Exchange Killer. Well, it has potentiality, doesn't it? But of course, adoption is always key. And awareness and education go with that hand in hand, even if it's a simple process. So let's talk about that. It's going to be pretty interesting. All right, so let's get into the results here for the stock market quickly. And let's see how we're going here. Let's see here. Let's go. Let's let's go to the launch here. Bam. All right, so this is the stock market today. Stock market today is S&P 500. Ekes out gains as hopes for an end to the shutdown get major boost. Now, Democrats play games, so I'm not, fingers crossed on that, but they do really should be coming to the table because there's a lot of, issues for people. So that is where we are right now. So S&P 500, a bit of an upside today. So the Dow Jones at the moment is up 0.16%, 75 points to 46,987. Let's go have a look at the old 6-month calendar there, and we can see that we're just off the top there. Around 47,645. So we're down about maybe about just under 700 points maybe. S&P 500 is up 0.13% today, 8 points to 6,728. And then we got the NASDAQ there is actually down today with the tech companies. It's down 0.1%, 49 points to 23,000. We can see on the chart there that that's just off the highs as well. What was that, up at 23,677, I think, from the looks of it. So down about 670 points on the old NASDAQ. US dollar is just weakened a little bit, down at 99.43. Let's go to commodities. West Texas at $59.83, up 40 cents. And Brent oil, $63.69, up 30 cents. But way down from when Trump got into office on the 20th of January earlier this year, when it was around about $76. So it's down about $16 or more. Which is an amazing accomplishment. And of course, we know that oil prices feed in through to probably about 90% or so of all the physical goods in the marketplace. It's a lot of, energy goes into all that. And so that's really, really huge getting that down. That will ultimately lower inflation and, of course, the price at the petrol pump, which has been falling. Gold at the moment back over 4,000. That's up $17. And silver is up 30 cents almost at $48.23. So those are our majors there. And we are getting a little bit of games going on. And whenever we read this stuff, it's always a little bit of games going on. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer announced a proposal that could reopen the government within a few hours if accepted by Republicans. But of course, it's a ridiculous demand, right? It's a ridiculous demand. The deal appears to offer a compromise on a key sticking point, healthcare. Of course, they want to offer it to a lot of illegal immigrants there that have been breaking the law, entering the United States. And the Democrats have been propping them up because they think they're going to be voters, right? They don't care about the crime and everything else that goes with it. It's all about power and control. So the Schumer there said Democrats would be willing to pass a funding bill if Republicans back the deal with a one-year extension of healthcare subsidies. Of course, the Obama healthcare subsidies there. Republicans have previously said they want healthcare insurance subsidies to be a separate deal rather than a path to stopgap funding. In other words, they should approve the clean CO or continuing resolution, the same one that Chuck Schumer used to use, and then they can do negotiations afterwards. That's the way they should do it. But of course, when they're on the back foot, they pretend that they never did such a thing, right? Now the ball is the Republican courts, they say. Of course, it's a false offer. We need Republicans just to say yes. Well, the answer is no. That would be a terrible idea. Consumer sentiment takes hit from ongoing government shutdown. U.S. consumer sentiment fell in November, so that's been a little bit of an issue there. And what else was going on today? We're still looking forward to that federal rate cut in December. We've got about 2/3 of the market expecting that at the moment. And the big thing, of course, is the U.S. Supreme Court around tariffs. So that's coming up, I think, on Wednesday, if I remember rightly. So we're going to keep a close look at that because that could be a big deal, guys, along with NVIDIA on the 19th. So we've got the tariffs there, and hopefully they go in the way of Trump because it would be disaster the other way around, right? So all that money would be paid back, and it would loot the world. Economic order would go back to the default, which is terrible, where China is basically dominating the world. So we don't want those outcomes. So that is some stuff coming up. So that's pretty much the stock market today. Let's have a look at the interest rate monitor. Quickly go through that, and we can see that we've got 4 weeks and 4 days to go. We're at 62% of the market expects a 25 basis point cut on the 10th of December, and we know this is something that Richard Hart is very much looking at. Probably hence the timing of this launch as well, is that we've got we're in the cycle, right? In the cycle of interest rate cuts, and the market's still expecting us to have cuts coming up, despite what the chairman says, Chairman Powell. Chairman Powell. All right, so let's move on into the next section. We're going to go to crypto, see how we're going there. We've got a few other people in the chat here. Great to see Tyndall in house here. Great to have you back, Tyndall. Big shout out there. Truly well and moved on there, Tyndall. Well and truly moved on. Matt and Bali in the house there. Howdy all. Great to see you, Matt. Big shout out. We've got Sandy Beach as well. Hello, Superman and everybody. Hey, Sandy, always a pleasure. And Sandy, of course, Sandy's one of our moderators as well. All right, so let's get into the crypto market, and we're going to race through these market updates. Let's see where we are right now. So we're at 3.57 trillion in market cap for crypto. This is so small, guys. I keep saying that all the time, but it is so small. In other words, the upside is massive, guys, for the crypto markets. Absolutely massive. Come back to me, next year, the year after that. It's going to be absolutely re-rated. It's up 3.3% today. Hold on to your hats. Get your good positions in. Don't worry about these 2 liquidation phases that we've had on crypto, because we are going to get our big run. We are going to get our big run, guys. Okay, let's go to Bitcoin there. Bitcoin at the moment, $103,505. A nice little rebound. Went down overnight, right? Went back down overnight and then powered back up. Welcome to volatility. That's crypto, guys. Up 2.3%, and that's good news. We've got Ethereum right now is up 4.5%, $3,442. Number 4 is XRP up 5.4% at $2.32. BNB at number 5 up 4.8%, $909. Almost back over 1,000. And we've got Solana there is at number 6 up 5.4%, $162. Then jumping over to Tron at number 9 up 3.3%, $29.25. And then we got Doge there at number 10 up 11.4%. So a big move for Doge, and maybe on the back of that Elon Musk little shareholders meeting and talking about Terminator world. Now he said we don't want Terminator world, we want really nice robots. So yeah, that is coming up. Mass production of the robots, Optimus 2 version 2, mass production already in play. I think they're going for a million units, and then of course they've got version 3 coming out. as well. And so, yeah, we're going to see. Now, one thing they're doing, they're still using tendons in the hands. So I'm not sure whether their hands and the V3 is going to be not using tendons. Tendons in robotics is, I think, a little bit lame. I think in the future it might be far more applicable with more advancement, but I definitely think they should be going to little motors in the hands. Every little joint having a little motor. That's kind of like some of the Chinese approach. I think that's kind of where they should head with that. Then you get more human-like behavior, right? And I think it's just a bit more efficient. Now, I guess if you can get the power down, it's going to be good too. All right, so we got that's where we are with the markets there on the top 10. The best performer is what is it? A Doge up 11.4% for the 24 hours. Best performer over the last week is Tron. From the looks of it, only down 1.1%. So we've still got a negative week, but nice little 24-hour turnaround there. Let's look at the top 100. In terms of top 100, we've got Filecoin at number 60, up 79%. Near the protocol at 46, up 34%. Render at 91, up 27%. Zcash number 19, up 22%. And finally, Ethereum Classic then up at number 54, up 23%. So some really nice double-digit gainers off the bounce of that correction. And in terms of the top 100 for the week, we've got Internet Computer up 165%. Pretty mad gains. You'd be pretty happy with that. And Filecoin up 118%. Dash at number 95 up 106%, Zcash number 9, 61%, and finally Near Protocol number 46 is up 34%. So, some pretty decent rebound gainers there for the week. And look at that Internet Computer and Filecoin and even Dash, up over 100%. So really, really powerful moves in the top 100 there. All right, so moving top 1,000, we've got Unif AI. That's up 300% almost. Flux is up 111%, and Zero. Those are in the top 1,000. And of course, we're looking for Peacock to enter the top 1,000 at some stage and potentially get on this billboard here and get some free press. So big shout out to the Liberty Protocol because they're about to have their second phase launch of the November roadmap on the 8th, which is because we're in New Zealand, we're ahead by about 20 hours or something, 19 hours I think it is. So that'll be tomorrow, our time. So tomorrow we should be able to talk about Liberty Swap and their big phase, which we will briefly touch on it today, but that's exciting for tomorrow. And that's going to be a massive expansion of the business. I always think of Liberty Swap as a business, and how many protocols on Poleschain have a big business that is systemic. It's basically benefiting not only from Poleschain, but also from other chains as well. It's really going to be a powerhouse, I think. Now, obviously, the fees and all that sort of stuff, it ramps up, but we're going to talk about that later on. All right, so Zcash there is number one trending, Near Protocol and Zero trending there as well. So that's kind of where we are right now. Really nice little move there on the old crypto. Let's quickly go to the meme coin categories just to wrap up our crypto coverage for the majors, as I call them. Let's go to, not stable coins. Where are we going? We're going to meme coins. Meme coins down here. Let's have a look how many meme coins are over $1 billion, because this might very well be where Peacock is heading with the big business behind it, right? That's the whole thing, with the business behind it. So let's go into the $1 billion coins. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 today. Almost back at 8. Remember, we went from 8 to 6, and now we're back 7. Almost back to 8, though. Pudgy Penguins almost back there. And I'm sure it's going to get back over $1 billion there. And that's where the destiny for Peacock is going to be if it manages to get to $1 billion. So keep note of that. That is exciting times. That itself is a huge billboard for Poleschain. That itself is a huge capital driver. There are many ways to pump the Poleschain, and that is one of them, getting a big top tier meme coin. And so we're excited about where that potentially could go. So all the best there, Liberty Swap. If you're watching, we're believers, Justin believers there. You've always got to take some belief in the market, just like you do with the Richard Hart. So we're going to talk about that too. All right, so that's where we are on the old cryptos. Hopefully that was a pretty good quick summary. And we're racing to get to the Richard Hart, the major story today. And we're going to go to GoPulse next and go through the markets. We're probably going to skim through some of this and get there pretty quickly. We've got Sean in the house there. I am so trucking bullish, says Sean. I like that. And we've got Ella in the house, James Bond, approves this message bullish. We appreciate that, James Bond. Appreciate it. All right, so let's jump into the Poleschain updates on the market, and then we're going to get to the main event, Richard Hart, and of course, MrProve. MrProve is around. We got the day 910, guys. We're racing. No, not heading. We're racing towards day 1,000. And hopefully the next 100 days, 90 days is going to be glorious with the Richard Hart launch and many other things I'm sure are going to be coming down the pipeline. We got Pulse at the moment, quadruple 0304. There's pretty flat today, so no real big move there on the news. We got PulseX at the moment. That's interesting. The market's not moving there. Okay, we'll talk about that. PulseX at the moment called 0.02. That is just down slightly, 0.37%. We've got the buy and burn at 8.03% based on GoPulse numbers. And we've got INC token at the moment, $1.13, up down 3.3%. And we've got Hex at the moment, 66/100th of a penny. We've got 666 actually. I know it's not a good sign, guys, but at 666 down 2.2%. And then we've got EHEX there, just down slightly. I think it was 1,800 yesterday. It's now 1,700th of a penny. Combined price of Hex on Pulse Chain and Hex on Ethereum is 84/100th of a penny. And so we're just down slightly. So that news from Richard Hart, at least for the time being, has not moved the market. So that's interesting. We'll talk about that. All right. So let's go to the gas prices. We got 393,000 beats. So we've had this a lot in the last sort of 2 weeks, haven't we? With a few exceptions. We're at 4/10 of a penny right now. So super cheap to do business on Pulse Chain. 52,625 active validators right now on the chain. So that's been climbing. We were down, stuck around about 51.50 or something. So we have been climbing the last couple of days, 52,625. And we did have a large batch of validators go out right today. That actually exited from validating. So I think they're sitting on something up to something like 20 billion pulse or something like that. CryptoSolve was talking about that. We might go and have a look at that post. We've got Bridge at the moment. We've got 92 almost 93 million. So we're up from yesterday. What were we at yesterday? About 92.2, something like that. Just can't quite remember. But we're definitely up at least a minimum a couple 100,000 there on the value. All right, so that is where we are with the old Pulse Chain. Let's go to the DEX. We're at 22.3 million, so that's really good. We got nice little volumes there, and we got some nice little movers as well. Obviously, Pump Tires is out, and people have already launched a couple of MrProve tokens. They can't help themselves. And we got Prove is up. That is up 1,190% or 1,200% now. Only just launched an hour ago. And then we got another MrProve token. That's been around for 2 hours. So that actually front run. That's probably a better name too. It's got MrProve rather than Prove, MrProve. Maybe that one there's supposed to be the PrivateProver. I don't know. I don't see PrivateProver here. You guys are slacking. Where's PrivateProver? We got that up as well. 2 hours up 700%. So that's pretty much it. Let me scroll over here because I can't actually see the whole thing. Yeah. So they got they got 350k market cap, MrProve right now, 74k for Prove. We'll see how they fare in the future. Obviously, we saw Fag Crying do quite well for at least a short period of time. Let's see how MrProve goes as well. Now, Pulse Chain Tiger, P Tiger, they're from was it Crypto Tiger God? I think he said been in the hospital or something. And I think he's been out now, and he's talked about burning some of these coins and handing some of these coins over to, I think something like 250,000 coins over to Liberty Swap. So another believer in Liberty Swap, right? And so, yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Actually, Brennan's got a comment here. There have been multiple MrProve tokens that's pumped and dumped already. Lol. Yeah, be careful out there, guys. Be careful out there. Anyway, so we got. I guess one of them might rise to the top. One of them might be a chosen one. But even then, you got to ask yourself, right? You got to ask yourself, what's your risk profile, right? What's your risk profile? Now we got a P Tiger there. So I think we saw some stuff there. Should we go have a check it out? Let's go check it out. Let's go a little bit here. I just got to be careful with time because I do want to focus on the Rich Hart as the prime story today, so I don't want to get too dragged down into a lot of project stuff. But there's a lot of exciting stuff happening, in Pulse Chain. We're in an exciting part of Pulse Chain. I mean, we all know it, right? It's really getting exciting here. Tiger Crypto Guy says, "He has helped me more than you could ever know." I'm not sure what this is about. As a gesture, obviously giving some 500,000 Tiger to somebody. Not sure who that's gone to, but is it Freddie Quotes? Oh, it's going to Freddie Quotes there. Now, look, it's working. I'm using P Tiger on as an onboarding weapon. So he's helping to onboard people with that. So he said a lot of different comments in here. I think he ended up giving some away. So to Liberty Swap, yeah. Congrats on your token launch, Mr. Tiger. We'll list the coin on our swap as soon as possible. And that's from a Tiger Crypto God there. Scrolling down here a little bit here. The power that I have to onboard new people is tremendous now. Liberty has a Peacock to use as a tool to bring new people. I have P Tiger. So, this is the play. And we're going to see a lot more teams, get involved with doing that. So, interesting stuff. So that is some of the stuff happening. You could go check it out yourself. I don't want to get too deep in the weeds there, but Tiger there, some action there happening with the founder of that. It looks like some good things coming from it. Now, Unity, of course, from Cryptographics, another big influence in the Pulse chain community at 23 cents, having a bit of a bounce back here, 46%. Bit of counterintuitive though, but maybe people are following off on the Taurus a little bit, but we have a bit of a bounce today, 15 cents to 23 cents on a little bit of volume there. So that's a little bit counterintuitive because we're still in that adjustment phase. We've got a few days to go left, right, for the big day 89 and the beginning of phase 3, as I call it. SCADA, of course, been out there from Nuke the Supply, or ICBM. That's up 35% today, just down a little bit on the 6 hour. But that's at 71 hundredths of a penny. Let's have a quick look at how that's going. So that's doing pretty well. Yep, looking pretty good there. And of course, just below it here is number 8 is ICBM. Those two are together, and ICBM now up 20% as well. So have a quick look at that. Yeah, it's tracking okay too, isn't it? At 12 hundredths of a penny, almost 13 hundredths of a penny. In between though was a time dividend, and time dividend getting some really good press lately. Obviously, it got some very interesting ranges here, and of course came off the top here, made a high low, and now is at almost 27 hundredths of a penny. And of course, KG there. Getting a lot of love there. I think it was from Matt Wallace, I think it is, who's got like 2.3 million followers, and he wants to make Internet Money Wallet #1 wallet, and therefore talking more about Pulse Chain. Now, I do believe he's also started to interact, and you'll be really interested in this. It's those that read the Monster Thread, Pulse Chain's weekly newsletter, publication of the Crypto Night Show, and of course, MVS Crypto does an amazing job at editing that. As well. It says he's been taking some interest in that. So that's really exciting, guys. This could open up a huge audience potentially. So, keep working on that. But, that sort of publications like that about Pulse Chain get put out, to a guy with 2.3 million users, one of the top X accounts on Pulse Chain. That's a huge win, right? A lot of people are trying different things to reach out there, and we're having, I think across the board, some very nice successes. You got people doing X Spaces, pulling in very big influencers and wealthy people through that, and you got a lot of people onboarding recently over the last couple of months, right from Xavier onwards to this Matt Wallace guy. So things are afoot, and now we've got Richard Hart with this big announcement today. It's getting exciting. I'm getting excited. I hope you guys are too. I've been getting excited. I've been streaming sometimes like twice a day. It's kind of cool. So yeah, there we are right now. Time dividend. We'll keep a lookout for that because that's going to be a juggernaut. And also, if you hold time in your wallet, right, you get a share of the profits, unlike Uniswap, and that's really bullish. That's really bullish. So keep up the good work there, KG. Looking at we've got a few little moves going on here. We've got UFO at number 8, up 18%. Peacock, which is up 13% right now. And this is going to be really interesting. Now, obviously, this is it's not like other ordinary coins, right? Because this has a big systemic business behind it that's being built out. So it's still in the process of being built out, but man, it is exciting. And we've got the next big step tomorrow, right? US time. So it'll be today, Kiwi time, but of course the world doesn't run on Kiwi time. They hardly remember we're here just about, but that's where we are. So they've got their, on the 8th, they got their pulse routes going live. And this is a big deal, enabling instant movement of pulse between Ethereum mainnet and Pulse Chain, and that's instant movement. So this is really changing the game. This is so exciting, guys. I cannot tell you. Max per transaction, 1 billion, no daily limit. All fees collected will be used to add liquidity for Peacock. That's mega exciting, guys. Mega exciting. So we can't wait for that. That's huge stuff. And of course, we've been seeing some really nice stuff come out from the team as well. We got interesting comments too coming out, and honestly, it's getting addicting. Peacock's getting addicting because they're doing so much cool stuff. Ready Pulse Chain Legends. This is 3 hours ago. You really earned it this season. Core tokens are also on this rocket. While I can't say much about the 4 core coins, I'm confident that Peacock will outperform them. All right, so take note of that. Its liquidity is directly tied to Pulse, and it's backed by diamond-handed community. That's what's given its real strength. So yeah, the more diamond-handed community you got, the more you expand your business with the big buying power. How many coins on Pulse Chain have big buying power? Only a few, really, right? Only a few. You probably could put them on your one hand, and this thing is probably going to be the juggernaut of them all, right? Maybe with one other project out there. So it is getting exciting, guys. It is getting exciting. So some really cool stuff happening there. And you keep saying that they keep posting these other tokens. They always seem to have PDI in there as well. Some sort of love affair with PDI, but we'll find out what manifests there. It's very exciting. Fearless friends, we have nothing to lose but our chains of poverty. Peacock has arrived, and of course they're starting to move on marketing as well. The rollout has still got a lot more to go. But tomorrow is another big day with Pulse, instant transfers to Pulse Chain. Exciting stuff, right? We're pretty happy about that. Now, there was one comment that they made that I wanted to talk about, and just trying to find it here. This is the one here. So this is a big deal. So let's dig into this a little bit before we get on to the main event, which is Richard Hart, right? We're about to expand the cannon size for ETH routes and open the Pulse routes. So we're about to expand the cannon size for ETH routes and open the Pulse routes. Obviously, Ethereum up already. So they're about to expand that. And now also we've got the big addition of Pulse route, which is fundamental, right? These are the big moves. So for every 300 ETH that's moved to Pulse Chain, 1 ETH goes to Peacock. For every 200 ETH leaving Pulse Chain, 1 ETH goes to Peacock, right? Well-managed Peacock LP will be a lasting source of value for believers in both bull and bear markets. Believe in the bird. Now, one big thing that they've always highlighted is their capital efficiency and their ability to manage that really well to optimize this approach. So it's very exciting, guys. This really, really is awesome. They continue to post updating, adding LP, fattening up the LP. So, they're burning tokens, but they're also fattening up the LP a lot, right? And they're also creating treasury reserves as well in Ethereum and Pulse, right? So it's really, really, really big deal there with all these different treasuries. They also have active pools, and they also have funds that are inactive that are hidden away, which I think is really cool. So these guys end up building out an absolute juggernaut, and it's going to be fun to watch it. And this could be the big move that pulls Pulse Chain out as well forward. So we're going to have hopefully many things pushing Pulse Chain up and to the right. And this is definitely one of the big ones here. So pretty excited about that. Wanted to highlight that one. And let's jump out of there right now. So we got number 11 is Zendog up 11% and staked ETH, the PRC20 fork up 10% as well. So this has got 12 coins at the moment on trending, up over 10%. We're going to go through and have a little bit more of some of the others. We've got quite a few of the Peacock peers together here moving up as well in the top 20. So Zero, Zendog, Top Hat. So they're doing pretty well. We've obviously got Fast Abdul's Vault 369. Now, I'm not sure when this is launching, but I think it could be in a couple of months is what I've heard. So we'll keep an eye out on the old Vault, and that could be a couple of months away for the actual protocol to launch. But it's going to be multi-chain, multi-collateral, and we're pretty excited about where that's going. At the moment, I think Fast Abdul's been doing a lot of giveaways to people, 10,000 Vault, I think it is, which is pretty cool. So you can go over and check out Fast Abdul and give him a good follow there. What else have we got going at the moment in the top? So this wraps up our top 20, actually. Then we've got a lot of very small movers after that. So that's kind of where we are right now. That is our market update. Let's see what's at the real bottom right now. Well, we got Grimace that's down there. X Game didn't manage to hold the 700th of a penny. Is down at 5,800th of a penny again, down to the bottom of the range that I suggested it might go to. I was optimistic it might hold 70, but that was the optimistic side of the range, and so it looks like we are at the moment at least on the bottom of that range. So as long as it defends, I think somewhere in that zone, it's pretty cool. We do have the other big juggernaut Vouch, which has got all the big values. Our number one validator. They're struggling a little bit there at the moment in price, but I'd keep tabs on this one because we talked about Peacock having big business. Well, Vouch does too, right? Number one validator, and also got reflection token income. So we're going to keep a tab out of that, and of course, there's more coming from this team. So we'll keep a lookout for that. That is pretty much some of the movers there. What else can we say about that? I think that's it. A lot of PDI printers. Obviously, saw some minimal had a little bit of a pump and a dump there, but we know that that's moving over to Solana eventually. And probably by the end of the year, but big marketing coming from that protocol. So you might want to follow it over to Solana if you want to follow that big narrative there. All right, I think that's it right now. Let's jump away, and we're going to get into the main event. How did we do? 30 minutes. That wasn't bad. Anyway, we've got a much bigger audience now, so it's probably a good time to start to talk about the Richard Hart. Before we do that, I'd love you guys to get in and give you any of your comments about what you think's happening and how you feel about it. With MrProve and PrivateProver Tech, PrivateProver Tech. So let us know. So I think we might go through the beginning here. Let's see who else is there. Brennan, I just love that. Yeah, MrProve. Well, it's probably I don't know, probably 10 of those. But like I said to you, I haven't seen any PrivateProver. I don't know whether it's too long or something. Maybe we'll get some PrivateProver there as well. All right, let's get into it. Richard Hart, this is the main event, guys. Richard Hart announces MrProve and PrivateProver technology, and of course potentially One of the benefits is that it's an exchange killer. Now we're going to go through potentially some of the pros and cons. We're going to read through it and just pause and take our time. But man, we've been waiting for Richard Hart to do something like this, and it's very exciting. Now, is this the only thing he's going to be operating? That's the other question, right? What else is going to be doing? Big questions out there for that. All right, let's get into it. But yeah, let's do it. All right, don't scream. Don't scream. Oh, we're screaming. All right, so Richard posted this yesterday, 6 o'clock in the morning. So that was what, 24 hours plus 5. What's that? 7 hours. So 31 hours ago. 31 hours ago, this was posted. He said, I've heard a new project is launching. Details within 24 hours. I'm excited to be ready. So there we are. It came out slightly later than that, but we got there. So 13 hours ago, we got this put out. $10,000 to first place, $5,000 to second place, $2,500 to the third person that guessed it in this thread. The most powerful project is one that no one guessed, one that blindsides everybody and invents a new paradigm. Great news. I don't notice anyone even close. Guessing reward expires in 24 hours at the max, and earlier if this account tells you the URL or the details beforehand. There's some edge case where I might have missed it in the thread already, so expanded the prize pool. Prize provided by, paid for, operated by, and fulfilled by an anonymous donor. #anonymous. we got 240,000 views on that post, and on the other one we got 546,000. So we didn't quite hit our million that we projected, but we still got over 500,000. So that's not too bad on that first post there. Now then we got the big announcement 2 hours ago of MrProve, and this got pushed out pretty far, and there's been a lot of X spaces and other stuff carrying on about it. So let's quickly go through this. We've got MrProve token only becomes more rare. It never inflates. It only burns. So fixed supply just burning away there. MrProve is automatically bought and burnt every time someone uses PrivateProver tech. So it's just all the way down there. The first industry MrProve is disrupting is cryptocurrency exchanges, and that's why I've gotten the title there, exchange killer. That is in the play. Crypto was invented to remove middlemen. And of course, exchanges are just middlemen that get between a buyer's bank account and a seller's crypto wallet. MrProve replaces the exchanges using PrivateProver tech. Buyers and sellers install a browser extension. I think that'd be pretty popular, which issues proofs. Buyers prove they paid the seller from their bank or fintech. Sellers prove they sent the coins to the buyer's wallet. Sellers get money. Buyers get coins. Goodbye, middlemen. Hello, coin burning. So that is pretty much the thrust of it. So hopefully that's pretty clear. The market might think 1% is fair split, but a buyer and a seller might both accept a trade at 0.5% under market. The market will decide what it thinks is fair. We've seen repeatedly that users in general are happy to pay near 1% in swap fees from the built into crypto wallet swaps, and that's with infinite cheaper competition. I'd never play that since Richard, but they love it. This is a brand new paradigm with nearly no competition. Nearly is the keyword there. No competition. Using PrivateProver tech to replace middlemen is groundbreaking and can revolutionize all kinds of industries. Almost no one even knows it's possible. It's the birth of a new paradigm of disintermediation. Now, this goal of disintermediation has been a kind of the holy grail, and people used to use it in the context of banks. Could you get rid of banks? And we know how bad banks are. Banks really don't care about people too much. They do some false little propaganda marketing, but they really don't, and they can be pretty bad. It is this is the holy grail, and getting rid of the middleman there, disintermediating is a broader concept used here in crypto. Why this will win and keep winning. So this is the rationale here. Exchange killer UX. So UX just means user experience. So exchange killer user experience is going to be way better, in terms of killing an exchange and having your own peer-to-peer relationship there with their cool user interface. It's instant. It's private. It's non-custodial settlement that feels simpler than a wire. So that's pretty cool. Now, obviously, this will have potential ramifications for those regulatory regimes in TradeFi that want to go after people. So there's also ramifications, trying to bypass people like that. Composability, moat. Once wallets and DApps or decentralized apps integrate the rail flows compound across use cases, multi-vertical demand, in other words, finance, identity, commerce, deepen, enterprise, many independent engines burning the same fixed supply, credible neutrality, proofs are math, settlement is code, no favorites, no listings, no freeze button. And it's a bit like a wildfire in a very dry field. MrProve's PrivateProver tech lets two parties settle anything of value, fiat to crypto swaps, identity checks, reputation tickets, domains without trusting an exchange or escrow. Proofs say this happened, and maths releases the funds. So we get rid of the middleman for sure. Sorry, sir, I'm not going to give you your money. We'll be back in 3 weeks to tell you whether you allowed your money out or something. Excuse me. I saw this at a bank recently. Banks going, they got this big list. Why are you transferring funds? It's like just a transfer. I want to pay a Buddha. I want to pay a Buddha some money. And they got this whole list of stuff. It's just crazy, guys. We know where they're heading with this stuff, especially with the digital ID and all the rest of the stuff. They're trying to become, communist China in the West. Everyone's just like, it's crazy. It's crazy. We got all that happening. Proofs say this happened and it's all done. Every successful user burns a fixed supply token, turning adoption into engineered scarcity. Check out the potential. So fastest and easiest crypto on and off ramps and centralized exchanges. Trustless peer-to-peer settlement replaces exchange custody fees. Burn per swap proof. Peer-to-peer escrow marketplace, and this is where it might become a little bit of a trouble. Tickets, domains, collectibles, proof control, instant release, no marketplace middleman, burn per sale, transfer proof, payments and remittances. Get rid of good old XRP. Private instant cross-border settlement without bank rails, burn per payment proof. We're burning a lot of stuff for you guys with all these applications. Enterprise verification and AH background checks. Now, everyone hates HR because they're causing most of the problems in the West. And you know who's filled those spots. Anyway, employment, I'm going to be careful here. Employment, education, income attestations with selective disclosure, burn per verification there. And, of course, identity, which seems to be a big craze right now. Identity, age gating, and KYC light, reg tech there. Prove. Of course, KYC means know your customer, right? For those that are basically getting your ID and knowing who you are. It's pretty much it. Prove over 18. Now, obviously, we've got some legislation going through, I think, in Australia that's trying to get people under 16 off the internet, something like that. And, of course, basically, they ID everybody, so it pulls everybody in. It's just a bit of a fool's game. Not on list account ownership without data dumps, burn per check. So everything's burning on all these applications, right? That token supply, MrProve. Midterm, they got a lot of midterm stuff here. Midterm is e-commerce reputation portability. Of course, expert seller metrics ratings to any platform. And then I'm just going to, ignore all the burns. Basically, we're burning on all these transactions. Okay, so we're going to ignore that part. Ticketing and membership, fraud-proof primary, secondary sales, instant private transfers, insurance and claims. You can see how many people will be all after all this, right? Hey, look at these guys are doing it peer-to-peer. They're doing all these other users are using these applications to do all these business, the disintermediation of all TradeFi. They'd hate this, guys. They'd hate this. They'd be ringing up all the regulators saying, hey, look, protect our business. It's all about adoption though, right? It's subject to adoption. DPN verification, energy rides, bandwidth, the test real world output from provider portals, no special hardware, longer horizons, of course, 18 plus months upside. So we're looking a bit further field now. Supply chain and trade finance, milestone proofs, unlock capital, real world assets, RWA, and real estate, registry control proofs, escrow settlement, healthcare and life sciences, credentialing, coverage eligibility, clinical data attestations, education and professional licensing, diploma license proofs, proctoring attestations, public sector and benefits eligibility permit proofs without mass data detection, advertising and data markets, private audience attribute matching, no raw data, legal and e-notary, private fact witnessing, timestamp proof of possession, business to business API, compliance SLA provenance, and of course policy conformance proofs, gaming and digital items, achieving ownership proofs, anti-bot entitlements, carbon ESG measured at source proof for issuance retirements, Biggest intermediate wins, of course, on and off ramps, peer-to-peer escrow for ticket domains, enterprise verification, identity age checks. Each has clear UX pain today and fast visible burn cadence there. So the TLDR on all this is blockchain solve double spends with mining and validating. They on-ramp new users with coins. MrProve and PrivateProver tech amplifies blockchain utility by removing the middleman that make crypto so hard. And of course, we always know this has been a big passion of Richard's. Then it can disrupt and disintermediate so many other industries. Every use of the protocol creates more and more scarcity, buying and burning from the public market. MrProve, a token that can never inflate, only become more scarce. Now, obviously, people have got to use this and set up some of these applications that have been listed up here. So you're going to need developers and other people like that setting all these sort of things up, but they can incorporate this technology essentially. What do we got here? Then it can disrupt intermediaries. Every use of the protocol creates more and more scarcity, buying and burning from the public market. MrProve, a token that can never inflate and only become more scarce. So there is your, what do you want to call it? Your sales pitch. MrProve amplifies the blockchain and transcends it. I have a feeling that MrProve coin will be given away for free to a sacrifice set. So this comes in to probably one of the areas that people have talked about for many years. What happens if Richard Hart did another sacrifice, right? And so this is where the debate is up on here. And I know that there'll be many that will probably not participate in something like this, but we also know that this is crypto and DeFi, and people will always chase something, particularly something by a founder like Richard Hart, the founder of Pulse Chain and Hex, of course, and PulseX and Incentive Token. So it's going to be interesting to see this play up. Created by people sacrificing to prove they believe in the removal of middlemen and replace trust with proof. I can't wait to see more details when the website goes live, hopefully within 24 hours. So guys, this was 10 o'clock this morning, so this is 3 hours ago. So potentially within 21 hours, we could have the website go live, and then we will find out just what the community thinks of this. So far in the market, Pulse Chain hasn't really moved. So we haven't really seen much move on that in terms of the Richard cause, but we have seen some decent volume in the market relative to what we have been. We're typically getting about 12 to 16 million. Today we've got about 22 million. We've definitely got some projects performing reasonably well in the trending there. We saw at least 12 of them. I think they were over 10%. I guess it's not huge, but at least we got some green candles along the line there. And but the cores haven't really moved, so not a lot of excitement from the market at this stage. Now, will that transpose or transfer over into this website and any sacrifice? We're going to find out. So so far not looking, like the whole market. I've definitely seen some people say, no, I'm not participating. I've seen a few say, no, I'm going to participate. I'm FOMO. So we're going to find out. It's going to be pretty interesting stuff. Now, the tech itself, of course, is cool, but of course, it could bring, the eye of the law to some degree. So we'll see how that goes as well. There are definitely examples of that. As usual, you must have no expectation of profit from the work of others. There's just software that you can choose to run or not. Without you running it, it's just text that sits there like a book on a shelf. In other words, it doesn't really see that Richard Hart will be promoting or marketing this, and that would keep him away from any arguably from any accountability from the law if they were so chose to chase down the founder of especially something that is successful, right? If it's really not doing much, people won't care. They'll just go, oh, it's a little thing over there. They tried and failed. It was a dangerous idea to what we've got, but really didn't get picked up. But if it's successful, that's when they come after you, right? They go, oh, man, this guy's the one that did it. So it's going to be interesting to see what we see from promoters, influencers, YouTubers, community influencers, whatever about this. So it's going to be interesting there. Without you running it, it just sits there like a book. You are the network. You are the future. So that's the other side of it. So we're back here. Now, many people with the sacrifice set, of course, with Pulse Chain had to wait a couple of years. And then, of course, the chain has been under the dark cloud at least for over 2 years with the SEC, and people were still waiting for Pulse Chain to rally. So this is going to be really interesting to see how the market responds to this. And, of course, you should let me know in the chat there or in the comments on X as well. Let us know what you think. And whether you would be participating in anything like this. Now, we're going to get the website tomorrow. Now, interestingly, tomorrow we're going to have the website, but we're also going to have, the second phase of the roadmap from Peacock out tomorrow as well. So that's a double hitter tomorrow. So we're going to have a lot to talk about. I said to you, man, Pulse Chain's ramping up. It's so good to have stuff. Now, you can either like something or not like it. You can participate or not participate, but the market will decide. The market will decide. And sometimes these things start off slow. So let's say your participation is relatively slow. Let's use a bearish case that the participation is relatively slow at the beginning, but then picks up over time, right? It has its day later on because we are in the right part of the cycle in the market for this, right? Richard knows interest rate cut cycles begin, even if it's going to be a little bit choppy. It's game on from there, and I've said that many times on this live stream. Richard Hart really does look after, follow the interest rate cut cycles, and of course also the economy cycles as well, which we are only about halfway through, right? We've got less than 50 on the manufacturing index, and therefore, we probably got a double length of the cycle to go. So that's why I'm always bullish. You're always wondering why. I don't see any of these liquidation events that we've had recently. The two of them that we obviously got to recover from the first one. Still got a bit of choppiness with the second one, but really I'm thinking we're just going to be running into next year. It's looking so good. Everything is so incredible, and all the stuff that Trump's been doing is going to start picking up into the new year, if not the end of this year, from all this investment and other things that are going on. So it's pretty exciting there. Now, let me know what you think. Got closets closest to actual guessing it? First, second, and third, because I'm not sure anyone actually did. That's how innovative this is. Now, people were picking up bits and pieces of this. Some people got closer than others, but this is kind of where we are right now. It's 170,000 views on that so far. And Corey Costa says, wait, my guy, you're doing another sacrifice when your other tokens are in complete crapper. This is absurd. And then Richard Hart says, cry fag. Of course, that went trending when he launched it. Do me a favor and go check the chart. What happened the last couple of times? So obviously talking about the time in the cycle, where's this chart going to go, right? Where's the chart going to go? Obviously, we saw Hex, right? So that's the thing. You guys, so with another sacrifice, people still believers. We saw what happened with Hex into 2020, into 2021. So we're going to see something like that again. Is that what this is indicating here? Do me a favor and go check the chart. What happened last couple of times for the disbelievers there. So yeah, that's kind of where we are right now. All right, so Liberty Swap put a really nice angle on it, and they go, wow. They say, wow. So it's a peer-to-peer on-off ramp hub similar to ZKB 2P, which we know is what they're applying in technology, powered by ZK proofs. And of course, we're genuinely excited about this. The PrivateProver provides an SDK. We could extend it to build a wide range of applications on top of it. And this is when the adoption of the protocol happens, right? And I just have a feeling Liberty Swap's probably going to be doing that, right? And this is huge, right? So we will have the market move. So even if people do decide not to participate, which is fine, and even if promoters, people that are influencers or whatever don't promote, if it gets applied by people, then it's going to be used anyway, right? It's going to be used anyway, and people will be interacting it with all sorts of apps in a decentralized way. So it's going to be fun to see. It's going to be fun to see what the market assesses there. And another sacrifice, controversial. What happened to Hex in 2021? Is it going to have something similar happen? Obviously, to this not only MrProve token, but also with the Richard cause, right? With the Richard cause. So interesting stuff. And of course, we know that Richard put a lot of capital through Tornado Cash over the last week. So it's going to be interesting, guys. We're going to try and piece it together. I'm sure the community is going to be all over it. And we've been getting some really good insights from a lot of cool members in the community about that, and we'll try and pull up a lot of stuff. We've got a lot of, look at this, MrProve here from just Mike Means. He's always funny. We've got Crypto Coffee says, if I won, my address is cryptocoffee.pulse. And he goes, I'm going to guess a new private custody vault to make payments or send value between addresses without transferring coins. I hope I win, he says. I bet they were talking about that on the truck back from the Hive. You guys remember that video? Delivering the iPads, doing the iPad. I don't know, inside information. I don't know. What do you reckon? We got Crypto 7 in there. Says I could really get behind this if you can only sacrifice with core coins this time, and little guys get the same deal as the big guys. So, well, that's the big bullish thing for Pulse Chain, right? People do take their Richard Hart cores and sacrifice for it. That's huge. That's a big supply thing, right? That could be pretty massive there. What else we got there? We got a couple others here. We got Tyndale in the house there. Great to see. Is that Tyndale? No, it's Tyndale in the house. Great to see Tyndale. Brennan says this does give hope to country with digital IDs. It does indeed. It does. So it could be a really big use case, right? And it's got to be done. I just don't know whether it's going to be promoted in the same way, right? Because if you promote it, then you could become a potential target. But if no one promotes it and just runs DeFi, then it's kind of like the stealth takeover, right? And it could work that way. And I think that's probably the best way forward, right? And that's it's going to be pretty interesting. Tyndale says, yeah, next level stuff right there. Digital ID is very, very, very bad. It is very bad. There really are no benefits. Our society runs very well without it. Most of the problems that they try to solve with that is the ones they've made themselves, right? That no one voted for, right? So we know all that is. We're going to have that in New Zealand, unfortunately. We got Brennan, 100%. Brennan says, I'll buy the dip after the sacrifice. Yeah, well, that's the other question, right? So we've seen that happen a lot. With the sacrifice, you get a better rate just buying the dip afterwards. That's right. That's exactly what I thought too, Brennan, to be honest. Has RHTM cryfagging yet trademarked for cryfagging? I don't know about that, but cryfagging was doing pretty well. We have to go back and see whether it's launched really well or not. We got other people like Nick Hellman here. Sounds like a pulse chain privacy tool to me, and he's got that as well. And it's a general proof. So I don't know. Maybe that prize is going to be split up with everyone that put privacy in it. But yeah, we'll see. We got Xavier out there. This is dope. in his meme fashion. We got the Amish kid in the house there. Does this get me the prize running? He says quantum resistant, unlimited, what's it? Homorophoric, zero knowledge escape, decentralized privacy. Oh, well, I mean, it's got a lot of stuff in there. We got Toby One in there. We got lots of well-known people. So, yep. Maddie, what did Maddie say? Please give whales the same rate as us minnows. Yeah, that was, you get a lot of capital because you got the whale rate, the multiplier, right? But it also lowers their cost and therefore a dump fest, right? That's the thing. And we've seen a lot of that over the last 2 years. Ali Kane says, I called it last night. So he's posted that there. Be interesting to see who actually wins the money. All right, so that is some of the responses there to Richard's post. Where we go up here, this post here, and I think he put something else out after that, if I remember rightly. So let's quickly go and check that. I think there was one more thing here. Let me just see. Yeah, so I think it's this one here. 1 hour ago, he says any anonymous donor wants to buy a nice MrProve logo. So any anonymous donor wants to buy a nice MrProve logo. The one he likes best, it has to have hexagons are cool. A shield shape is cool. Not sure both shapes can work together. High contrast gradients are cool. Contest ends in 6 hours. Good luck. So if you guys want to participate in that, definitely get involved. Now let me put in the copy here to the link there so you guys can get involved in the competition. RH logo competition. I've got to spell this properly. It's always harder on live stream. You guys think it's easy. Yeah, you guys think it's easy. You guys let's think that I'm a bad typer, but no, it's just more awkward. I don't know what it is. We got, let's jump over here. Sandy Beach, those are fake tokens, right? Yeah, people just launching them on pump tires, Sandy. Apparently there's quite a few of them that have been bonded. That's why we got such a high rate, such a high bonding rate of about 2.7%. It's about less than 0.5%, I think, but on Pulse Chain it's like 2.7. Such a degen community over Pulse Chain. We've got a couple of teams, Sandy, that work the pump tires. They're very clever at setting up the pump tires and getting them bonded. I think that's why we have a high rate of bonding. Xi Jinping, don't approve. No, he wouldn't approve for sure. Probably end up in hard work camp, labor camp. What's that there? Let's scroll down through there. So that is the competition from Richard Hart right now. Right, I think that's it there. So that's cool. All right, so that is Richard said $10,000. This thread is about getting paid to make a great logo in 6 hours. So people got 6 hours there. I put out this little animation logo. I got this little animation logo, MrProve. It's got the shades. He did want the shades, so it's got the hexagons. It's got the shield. It's got the color gradients, and it's got the pink pulse chain pink animation. It's not a picture, but it's a bit of fun. Now you could do all sorts of combinations like this, right? It's like it's pretty fun. I like it. It's just kind of cool. Sometimes simple is good. I could have blinged it out a little bit more maybe, but it's kind of fun. Go vote for me or whatever. All right, so they get anonymous donors out there. They want to. They got 6 hours to do that. We'll see how that goes. Actually, I think we got a comment on it. Who commented on it? Somebody probably. Oh no, the spam comment. That would have been funny. All right, so that's pretty much it. We got MrProve from Fast Abdul. He's put a little one in here. Pretty cool. MrProve. What else? Did I misspell? I'm pretty sure it's not there. Gerardo put one out here. X-Gon Shield. Tornado Cash there. It's probably a little bit too bland, but we'll give him a heart. Mike Memes. So he's done kind of what I've done, and I really like this one too. It's pretty flash. I probably would have blinged out the words a bit more if you blinged around the middle. Probably would have blinged the words out. But I do like the shield. Do like the colors going around it. But I probably would have blinged the MrProve a little bit there. The words. All right. What else do we got? We got pretty similar to sort of Gerardo. We got Crypto Coffee here. He's got very sort of conservative, quite conservative looking brandings. Blue and orange works in lots of movie posters. So definitely it's kind of got the hexagon and the shield and the MP. Doesn't really, probably not explicit enough. But if it's a logo, maybe you get away with that. Here's my submission, Richard. Thank you from Joshua Wu. I don't know, I'm not quite. It's Richard Hart, but what is Richard's a bit fitter, hasn't he? Richard been training. He's a bit training lately, I think. What else there? Brennan says, "Are you using Sora 2 AI Super?" No, I'm using Grok Image. Grok Image actually. I know a lot of people use Sora, but I'm using Grok Image, which I actually think is pretty fast. It's pretty damn fast. I actually haven't used Sora, and it always leaves a little watermark, doesn't it? The Sora watermark, if you're not using the premium or something. So that's from Joshua Wu. We've got Crypto Jacks in there. I kind of like this, but there's no words. Probably missed out on the words. Probably Crypto Jacks probably add some words there, but it's not too bad. We've got pretty conservative here. So man, we got the real conservative ones, haven't we? We got the mixture of the conservative, MrProve, and Toshi. We've got Just Ask Me again, another variation of his MrProve logo. We've got Shillgates here. He's got his wallet as well. He hasn't got MrProve or anything on this. It's not nothing. This could be anything, right? It's got hexagon. It's got a lock, but this. I don't know what this could be. Anything. It could be like USA America Bank, but he's got his wallet there. I love that. That's awesome. Go for it. Go for gold. We got a few other. We got Eric here, MrProve. Yeah, all pretty conservative, eh? They're all a little bit conservative for me. What do you guys reckon? We got Shield there. We got Shield from the Amish kids. Is that the second entry? I'm not sure, but it doesn't really matter. Just Mike means it's going hardcore. It's going hardcore as the third one. I love it. You got 6 hours to get in at least 100 entries. So you're lifting your chances, right? So that's pretty good. That's pretty done. I don't know. It's like Transformers a little bit. It also reminds you a little bit of Halo, with the orb, Halo there. It's another one from Mike Memes. He's going all gold. I actually kind of like the shimmer here. This is getting closer to the sort of stuff I like. Oh, look at that. Oh, the honeycomb. Yeah, that's pretty nice. What else there? Boy, he's just gone for gold there. He's got so many of them. He is gone crazy. Right. So what else? We got the Amish kid in there as well. Yeah, I think the conservative one's a little bit too conservative for me. I think about what Rack and Rochelle did for Coinwell with their logo, and I think they probably went through a few, and I think what they ended up on was just right, and really had conservative but still poppy, just popped a little bit, and I think that they did a great job with the Coinwell logo. So yeah. These ones are all a little bit conservative. Brazology, MrProve, we've got the old pulse chain colors there, a little bit conservative there. A little bit arty, a little bit arty there. We've got lots of people in the house there. That's a little bit frightening. It's a little bit frightening. It's Halloween, MrProve. We'll give it a like though. MrProve, we got the hexagons there. Yeah, it's a little bit bland. I don't know what you guys think, but this competition is on. So I don't know if you guys are inspired by any of these. We've got the tick MrProve. This kind of looks like a security one, doesn't it? So it does look a little bit security, but it's a little bit bland. This is probably getting closer to the pulse chain kind of colors. I don't know about the hexagon there, but I do like the shield a little bit. So not quite right, but it's getting along the lines there. Let's see what else we've got that's kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It's that's not bad, but with no words, you kind of need the MrProve there, so that people know kind of what it is. MrProve, yeah, all pretty conservative. I've been surprised. There's actually quite conservative. A lot of the people. I don't know whether it's the technology they're using, but they're all kind of. I don't know. There's something in this, with having a little bit of a face, MrProve. There's something in that. I just don't quite like the colors. There's something in that though. That is kind of very spacey, doesn't it? Very spaceshipy. Man, Richard's got a lot to go through. I mean, look how much I'm going through, and Richard's got to go through all of these. Wow. You're right, MrProve. I don't know. It's kind of a classic. It's a little Superman, but a little classic MrProve. What do you got there, MrProve? Kind of, I like some aspects of that, MrProve. I probably would just put the shield on him or something. I don't know, but maybe it's kind of better. No one's done kind of a Captain America though, have they? Like a Captain America approved thing. All right. What is that one? That's interesting. That one. Yeah, that is like the peer-to-peer, isn't it? It's you could probably work on that, like make that a little different, a bit more poppy. MrProve tick. I mean, it's got no hexagon or anything or shield or anything about it. And that's not too bad, is it? That one there. So not too bad, that one. Just think about it's got to incorporate all the different elements that he asked for. Yeah, so that's a lot of them. Man, I went all the way down, didn't I? I went all the way down. I was getting lost in the weeds there, but that's around for 6 hours. Came out an hour ago, so I guess it's got about 4.5 hours to go, give or take an hour. Give or take an hour there. Brennan says, I want to see a logo made in the Paint program, lol, says Brennan. They still use that, Brennan. They still use it. But yeah, that is right now. And I think I still really like my one there. Still, I really like my animation there. Now, I was going to actually do another one with the edges. I was going to actual neon pink and different pinks, the edges of some of the hexagons there and the shield, and have it shimmer. That would have been really cool. But I didn't have much time because I had to go to live stream, so that was my first go. All right, so that was pretty much it. Enough about my entry. My entry. I need another 100 entries, like Mike means. All right, so what else we got going here? Let's have a look here. We got another post here just out 7 minutes ago. New technology in this market. Technology. Yeah. Well, I tried to meme this yesterday. We had this progressive lunatic at the top, and then we had Sweeney there at the bottom there. Based. All right, so that is some of the cool stuff happening there. So tomorrow we have Liberty Swap, and we have Richard Hart's website for this, and it's going to be causing a stir, guys. The debates, it's going to be crazy over the next 24 hours. But it's exciting. So think about what we've got going on right now. We've got Coinwell coming up. But before that, we've got the expansion of Liberty Swap and Peacock. And then we've got, obviously, Richard Hart now with MrProve and PrivateProver Tech, the exchange killer, out with the sacrifice tomorrow. Man, this is crazy times, man. This is crazy times. Market really hasn't responded to the upside yet, but sometimes that can be a good sign. We'll see. It's going to be crazy. We've got the heavyweights launching. We've got other players on the field doing some stuff. It's going to be crazy times. We're going to have a lot of launches, I think, before the end of the year and into the new year. I think that's over the next 2-3 months. We're going to have a lot of launches. I like to talk about some of the big players, but we've got some other very significant projects launching as well. Tetra's getting very close, right? In fact, is Tetra up yet? Is Tetra website up? I don't even know, but let's have a quick look. Tetra's coming. This is a big deal. There's a big piece of technology. No, it doesn't look like the new website's up yet. I think they said it could take several days, but that's coming too, and that's going to unleash Signum Oracle. We're going to have finally a full system Oracle on Pulse-Chain. That's huge, and that's potentially going to unleash a number of applications, right? Including PUSD ALGO, a decentralized stablecoin. So that's what I'm saying. We've got a lot of stuff to look forward to, guys, on Pulse-Chain, and we're finally here where it's all starting to come to the market. Now, you can like it or not like it. You can participate or not participate. I do think that overall it's going to lift the chain. Richard Hart, of course, that little response to Corey Costa, I think it was, talking about. Do you remember what happened to the other charts? On the old chain. You think know what I'm talking about, cousin? You know what I'm talking about, cuzzy bro. Cry fagging. Where is cry fagging? Should we go have a look to see where it's performing? Come on, guys, let's do it. We're having a bit of fun, but that's kind of the play there. All right, so let's jump over and have a look at cry fagging. Let me know if anyone's holding any cry fagging here. Let's see how it looks. Is it still any good? No, the liquidity is not too big. 15K. Has it had its day? Well, it's not the worst chart in the world, is it? I mean, it's come back to 4 zeros, 3,600. It's now at 4,700, and recently in the day it pumped to 7,000. So I don't. It's been all that. Man, that volatility is crazy, right? You could be up one day, one moment. It's down 10% right now, and that's crowd fagging. Is this the original pair? I don't know. Has it been around? Maybe it is. I thought it had been around longer than 24 days, but maybe that is right. 24 days. So cry fagging is out. Cry fagging. All right, it's still okay. 47K market cap, so it's pretty small, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Now let's go to Mr. Memes, guys. Let's go to Mr. Memes. Mr. Memes, damn you, Mr. Memes. Pulse memes, RH memes. Let's go to RH memes, guys. We're gonna check it out. All right, so what the hell? It makes all these sound. Did you hear that? It was like a can of Coke opening up. It was crazy. What the fudge? It's good. Limited time offer. There's too much advertising. We got Peacock at the moment at the top, 20.6 million. And what's the X's? 8,400 X's. We got most token is number 2, 15 million, up 1,862 X's. And then we got pump fund there. Was it pumpity pump? Let's go to the big screen, shall we? Let's go to the big screen. So yeah, double excitement tomorrow, guys. Double excitement for the old Peacock. Have you lost my audio? Is that what happened? Let me jump back up to here. Let me get rid of memes. Maybe it's. Let me know if my audio is back, Brennan. Let me know. I got rid of the website. For some reason, it was too juicy with the old. It was running too many things through the browser, I think. I want to see a logo. I want to see a logo made in Paint. Well, we're looking forward to your entry, Brennan. We'll keep a lookout for that. Let me know if my audio's back, because otherwise I'm talking to myself right now. We're back. It was lagging on that page. Yeah, that page was, man, it was heavy page. Wouldn't even let me change my studio. So that was that at right now. So what else are we going to say? So Richard Hart on the move, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed that. We're up to now in 8 minutes. I think we're going to keep going, though, because I want to go back to a Liberty swap as well. So we're going to have a Liberty swap tomorrow, guys. The 8th Pulse routes go live. And this is so important for the chain. It's really, really huge. But there's something else I want to talk about as well. Before we do that, though, let me have a drink, because I've been talking a lot. Yeah. So that's a big deal tomorrow. That's going to massively expand the wealth, the business of Liberty Swap. And the other big thing we're going to be seeing, yeah, look at us. Is this a Lambo green? Getting a green Lambo there. I'm not even sure what that picture, the green Lambo there. Is the other one is we've got Sandy Beach says, thank you, Superman. I appreciate that, Sandy. Big shout out. If you guys aren't following Sandy on X, give her a follow. And she's one of our moderators in our community. So big shout out to her. Does an amazing job. What else? She's going to be in the anime series Pulse of the Fallen season 2, which I'm excited about. I hope you asked the Hog guys what your superpower is going to be, or at least what I said. I didn't really. I kind of alluded to something, but you can guess. It's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. Everyone knows Sandy. It's pretty obvious. What are we saying? Yeah. So we got all that bullish stuff, but this is kind of the insights that we had. 2 more weeks, brother. Believe in Pulse Chain Peacock Liberty Swap. They're beaten up and bruised. Looks like the people in UK and Europe now, doesn't it? Poor woman. They vote in the governments. that bring in the people that end up doing this to themselves. It's the most suicidal voting system I've ever seen. I watched the episode 3. I didn't see me. No. That's for the Chronicles. The Chronicles is an intermediary series between the two Pulse of the Fallen series. So Pulse of the Fallen season 1, then there's the Chronicles 6-part series, which is only 3 out at the moment, and then the season 2 is coming up, and that's going to be the season 2 of the Pulse of the Fallen, which is a different series there. That makes sense. So you're gonna be a character in that. So yeah, hit up the Hog guys inside the Telegram. They'll love to see you there. They're wonderful people in there. You can have a great time, really good time. All right, so kind of cool. You got a laugh out there. What else have we got going on here? I'm just going to scroll down a little bit here. Peacock Dollar. I like this one. We've got Peacock Dollar. Ready Pulse Chain Ledgers. I'm not sure if this has got this. I think it's a little clip there. You really earned it this season. Yeah. I don't know if they've got anything else under here at the moment, but it's pretty exciting. Now, that's right. I was supposed to be going over to Hex Scout. So should we do that? That'll be our next topic because it's really important what these guys are talking about. Thank you. You're most welcome, Sandy. I'm just trying to see whether we've got anything else in here. Give me 2 more weeks. It says decentralize. Yes, sir. However long you need. I strongly believe the wait is finally coming to an end. Honestly, no. I waited so long. Now I'm scared how rich I'm about to be. I love this stuff. So that is where we are. But let's go to Hex Scout. I think that's it from the Liberty Swap. So tomorrow, a big day. Tomorrow, a big day, guys, for Liberty Swap. We're going to be covering that as well as MrProve website launch. Hopefully that's coming out similar time when we're doing a live stream. Typically they have. Richard's always been good like that. At least when I ring him and say, "Hey, Rich, how's things going?" No, just kidding. Let's go to Hex. What is it? Hex Scout. We're going to Hex Scout, guys. Hex Scout. Now they had a really cool post here somewhere. Hopefully, got to find it though. Got to find it. Now they've been, talking about. These guys have been doing an amazing job, not only around Hex dashboard and their website, but they've been helping with the onboarding protocols to Pulse Chain. And we all knew this, that the official bridge was okay, but it just didn't help with DeFi in terms of we need close to instant transfers, right? And that's where Liberty Swap's been a major player. But now we also have Hyperlane, and not only making it easy to come onto Pulse Chain, but actually accessing all the other blockchains, right? A multi-chain world was always going to be part of the future, and getting access to those chains, and then incentivizing in a way that makes your chain get all the value, right? That you win all the value either through the business model or through some sort of incentives. You get that, and that's what we've been seeing happening, right? We see it with X Games. That's how X Games set up, bring money from other chains into the Pulse chain. We're seeing that with we saw it with Source Minimum, with corporate profits coming into Pulse chain, but now they're apparently talking about going to Solana by the end of the year or something. So that's probably, I think, because of Floyn. I think Floyn's kind of guided that direction, which I think it's a bit of a mistake if you ask me. But hey, that's what they're going to do. And then of course we're seeing it with Liberty Swap. Bring all of setting up pools and other chains, allowing them all that funds to flow, clipping the ticket with the fees and etc. and all that sort of stuff, right? And then expanding the LP and all that sort of stuff. So we're seeing that. And now we've got Hyperlane, right? So Hyperlane, we saw Tide X launch, right, which is a balance of V3, and that was avoided any of the issues with the balance of V2 pools and stuff like that. And we've seen expansion of HUSD, right? USD bridge via Hyperlane, all right? So that's the H part for Hyperlane. Keeps growing, already over 350K locked. And of course, we've been following that journey of it going to 100K, 350K, etc. So Hyperlane offers the easiest, fastest, and cheapest way to onboard a Pulse chain, bridge your USDC from 130 chains and swap it on Petius for your desired asset. The whole process takes less than 5 minutes. So that's been another great onboarding tool to Pulse chain, and up to 130 chains, using that stablecoin method, which has been pretty cool. Now, the other big thing, of course, people have been able to earn a really nice yield on that too. And people are able to park the USDC and into the USDC X pool on TideX. Remember, it's a balance of 3 fork. And so Balancer, I'm not sure of all the actual extra differences, but Balancer 3 did Balance 2. I haven't really looked at it. But typically Balancer has mathematics, which are very good for stablecoins, right? So they're basically closer to 1-to-1 as opposed, if you've got an XY chart, it's kind of like instead of having a big U on the XY chart, between the X. You actually is more of a flat line, close to a flat line there, and so it's therefore more efficient for stablecoin, swappings there. And you can also do index, right? You can have more than 2 tokens in the pool, and that's kind of the idea. So all links can be found at the bottom there, but they've got USDXC there, and you can see USDC 50%, HUSDC 50%. So it is kind of set up like a V2 in the sense it's only got 2 tokens in there, but of course you can have more than 2 tokens in there. So that's kind of where we are, and they've got the TVL in there right now. I'm not sure what the current balance is, but that's what it was at this image here a couple of days back. This is a week old now, so I'm not sure what it is right now. Actually, let's have a quick look, shall we? Probably can find it here. This is the balance of V3. So we got 2 balance of forks, right? The balance of V2, I think, was P-Hux from the famous crew. They launched 4 protocols early on in Pulse Chains Live with forks of Aave and Balancer and what was the GMX fork as well. So they did a couple of those. And also the Fatty wallet tracker there. So yeah, what do we got in here? We got to go to the pools, go back down here, and I don't know if it's going to show up that easy, but USD, yeah. So USDCX here, and they got 52k. So it's changed a lot in that last week. So I'm not sure whether that's because capital has been redeployed since on fears. Unjustified fears probably after the V2 on other chains, and particular pools were also attacked. We've also got Pulse Chain stables right now. So Pulse Chain stables have got USD, they've got all these in here. These are Liquidity stables plus the Coast Fiat on ramp, right? So those are the 5 domestic stables, and they're offering 12% APR on here at the moment. Ethereum stables at the moment offering 27%. So that's pretty amazing, isn't it? Right now, 27% on USD Tether, USDC, Coast, and DAI. So Coast obviously being a fiat back one. So that's pretty interesting. Buy T-shares. They've got all the Maximus pools in here right now, and they're at 34% APR. And then UXDC here, of course, at 45. What did I say before? Yeah, what's that? 45% right now. I'm not sure what it was when they had it on here. What was it on here? It doesn't say. But definitely it was had 286,000. So it's definitely been pulled out. Money's been pulled from there, from the looks of it, or at least repositioned. I'm not sure. But it's definitely gone down dramatically. So that is anyway. The people can bridge the USDC in from 7 chains. More to come soon. So they will be ramping up, I guess, that 130 chains, and then they can swap your HUSDC there. So that would definitely be a route for some people, right? So there we go. A lot of comments in there. So that is some of the cool stuff there. I thought we'd touch on that because HexScout's been doing a great job on that front. So we wanted to cover that. Yeah. The other big thing was that we had the ramp now. Ramp now, another on ramp. EU off ramp is live as well. So people can in Europe can come on and off Pulse Chain with the euros. Look at that, pretty awesome, eh? So Pulse Chain's getting there, guys. Pulse Chain, we've had such a good time over the last sort of 6 months with these bridges, and now we're about to go next level with Liberty Swap. Hyperlane is ramping up still. Ramp now ramping up still. We've got, I think, another 20 other sites. I've got that cool chart. Remember that cool chart? I need to update it. The only thing I need to update for, I think, is actually I probably don't need to update for anything. Hyperlane, maybe. Don't think I've got Hyperlane on it. It's probably the only thing I haven't got on it. Maybe I should republish that. That's a pretty good, cool one. What else? We got Blair in house there. Hi, all. Good to see you, Blair. Big shout out. Brendan says, was it Frizzy here like Doc from Back to the Future? Back to the Fitter. Back to the Fitter? That's what's happened to your typo, your typo or something, or what? What else have we got going on here? Hexquatter reposted the stream. Appreciate that. Big shout out. Sandy's golden locks must have had a super. That's what I said. That was it. I thought Sandy would say that. So well done, mate. Yeah. That was it. Yeah, that's what I suggested. Sandy's got the most gorgeous blonde lock of hair. I mean, it's just out of a movie. And that would be you could have superpower off the back of that. Now, I'm not exactly sure what the superpower would be, Sandy. So you should hit up the hog guys and decide what your superpower is going to be. But your hair would just go all like glow, almost a blonde glow or something like that. That was kind of the idea. Maybe you could spin around when it happens like Wonder Woman or something. I don't know in the anime series, but something like that. All right. That would be shocking. What would be shocking about the hair? I don't know. Yeah. It's zapping the enemy with static energy. Oh yeah, that's true. That could happen. That could happen. Or you could have something just simple like that the hair glows golden, and then people are memorized. They just tell her everything she wants to know. They tell the truth. Like it would work against the bad guys. They'd have to tell, oh, where's what's her name hidden? Where have you locked up what's her name? And that's it. And so I know where you were last night. Something like that. Hexagrad says, MrProve launch. No. We're waiting. We're around probably about 22 hours from now, Mikey. Probably about 22 hours until we get the website up, and then it's going to have a sacrifice set from the looks of it. But we're going to be all over it tomorrow. So that's tomorrow. We got that. We got Liberty Swap tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be a fun day. We're going to have two big things to talk about. It's going to be really cool. And there's a logo thing out right now. There's a logo. Just tuning in and worked all night. And I appreciate that. So no, it's not launched yet. But you can screen back. So basically, this is what he announced. And at the bottom of it, I don't know if you can see the screen, but he's basically said, I can't wait to see more details when the website goes live, hopefully within 24 hours. So that was actually almost 4 hours ago. So in about 20 hours, Mikey, that website will probably be up and the community will be all over it. The interesting comment about that in there, though, was I don't know whether it's further down. Where did we find it? It was the one, I don't know. Where is it? It was the one with Corey Costa. I thought that was the most interesting one, comment so far that I saw. But where was that comment? I can't remember now. But that Corey Costa, that was the most interesting one about the sacrifice in the chart. Remember the chart last time or something you said? Was it in this one? Was it on the main post here? I can't remember with the Corey Costa one. That was kind of the most interesting comment on it so far. All right, how are we doing for time? Now 22 minutes. Man, we are just having a good time right now. We're just having a good time. Radioactive hair or vines that strangle. I don't know. Well, you could. That's a bit more radical. But yeah, could be. All right. I think that's it. How we doing, everybody? Let's see what's hot right now. Prove token. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 3 proves. MrProves. Be careful out there. We got P Tiger. We got Unity, Time, SCADA. These are all pretty similar to what we covered earlier. Peacock, Sparta, all down here at the moment. Volt, ALGO, 9mm. So they're all here at the moment on the move. But the Richard Hart cores, I don't think they've moved. So let's have one more look at those on the market. Yeah, we're just down slightly. So the market's not like uplifted by that at this stage. Tomorrow with the website launch, we'll see whether the market reacts to that, shall we? We'll see whether the market reacts to that. And hopefully they'll have obviously on-chain stuff for the sacrifice set. And we'll see what the appetite is for that. But remember, Pulse Chain is down at the bottom at the moment. But if it takes a lot of Pulse Chain cores, which no doubt it should do, then we're going to see what the impact it has. If we see a lot of coins going there, then maybe the price starts pumping, right? So, and if that case, if it's based on, I guess, US dollars, then delayed sacrificing would be the play. Now, also, as Matty Allen pointed out, is there going to be a whale multiplier, like a large US dollar based multiplier to incentivize larger players? We're going to find out all that tomorrow. So what a show it's going to be. Don't forget to watch tomorrow. We'll be covering that. I'll probably be similar time as today because I got a few things just moving my timetable around. But other than that, it's exciting. And there's plenty of X spaces on now. I think people like Execute and KR and others are running all those. So do jump into that on X if you want to get into the dialogue. So maybe they're talking about MrProve, or maybe they're talking about surfing down at the old corral. I don't know, but definitely be a bit of fun getting there in the community. All right, I think we're going to wrap up there. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. We've got a great bunch of people watching right now. Really appreciate it. And yeah, well done, MrProve, aka Richard Hart. Let's see what happens with this. and will it be one of those silent expansions on the network with influencers perhaps avoiding the high profile? No one wants to get a letter in the mail. Maybe that's the play. We'll see. We'll keep a look out there. All right, Pulse Chain Animals in the house there. Hi guys, great to see you. We just finished the show though, but it's always a pleasure to have you in as well. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. We're streaming on the Crypto Night Show, Pulse Chain X, and Superman Crypto, 3 YouTube channels. Subscribe on any of those. If you're on X course, don't forget to go at the top of the profile right now and hit the follow button. I really appreciate that. Now, if you want to become part of the community, we have the private Discord. We have the Strategy Club, which I pass intel in there all the time, and that is $35 a month. So join up to that. We'll see you there. And also, if you just want to be a community member, I think it's about $12.50 or $15, somewhere in that ballpark, to be a community member in the old Discord. And we have lots of resources, including the only helpline, as far as I'm aware. You can get a helpline there too, and all the resources as well. We have a great bunch of people in there, so if you want to be hanging out with a great bunch of people, that's the place to be. And we also have a Telegram group, which has a lot of project teams and founders in it. You can join up to that if you want to be amongst the cool kids, as it were. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you tomorrow. Should we play out a little surprise from Richard Hart? Let's give a clap for Richard Hart today. Let's give a clap there, and we'll have some more applause tomorrow. All right, take care.
You get a god at any moment. You get a giant green candle at any moment because it's easier to get because it takes less economic energy because there's less of it for sale.